Hi, I'm Peter.
And I'm Katmia.
Welcome to the This and That Chat. That was really loud.
And it was very enthusiastic.
It was. I am going to say that it's because of your messy hair don't care.
It's messy?
It's messy hair don't care.
What?
Don't touch it, though.
It took me 5 hours to do my hair.
Bro, if that took you 5 hours, we are in trouble.
Do you know that there's these get ready with me videos that women film? Mm-hmm. And I have often watched these videos. Just 'cause I like it when they fast forward them, right? Because I like to catch that split little jump that they do.
Did you hit record? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm making sure because I didn't see you.
What do you mean?
I didn't see
I
you
can't
hit.
see you.
No, I didn't see you hit it.
Oh.
Sorry.
Anyway, I like it fast forwarded. There's this little switch right at the end where the whole time the camera's on them, it's showing you everything, and all of a sudden there's a little break where the video was stopped, and now it's reveal. But it's what happened from the stop to the reveal? Why didn't you just
do the rewind?
No, I'm saying if I'm done, right? If I'm done and that's it. This is it. This is the final look. There should be no cut and edit from one to the other.
Right.
But there is, I'm doing this, and then all of a sudden there's cut, video's back, and she's and I'm what else did you do? Mm-hmm. What did you do during the pause?
Liars.
So there is this new thing where they're taking concealer, right? In these bottles, and then they just go like this at the same time. Boom, 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 boom. And all that stuff. And they're this one is with this brand. This one is with this brand, right? Which one do you like better? And it's just I have imagined myself doing the same thing the way they do it, right? And just doing a video of, let's see what I look like if I copy all these people who, have all the lines going on and the blending. I'm pretty sure that at the end of that video, it looks like a hot mess.
Well, I love when I see the little, those kind of same stuff that comes up. I always laugh because I see the war paint. They have 13 different shades and stripes and all this kind of stuff. And I'm that's a lot of makeup. I like my woman natural.
So when these men are they make these videos of these women, they have to wait for hours.
I got it. Some women, they want to put on the extra makeup because they feel that that's what they need. I got it. For me, my personal preference is the least amount possible. I want to be able to take you to a pool, jump in, and not worry.
Right. But I think
have you seen the video about that? They
a funny video?
Yeah, the one where they do the Gollum face when they come out of the pool. Have you seen that?
No.
It's a Snapchat filter, I think.
No.
So they the woman goes into the pool, whatever, and then she goes under the water, and when she comes back out, she's got this Gollum.
Oh my
looking
gosh.
face filter on there?
No, but I have seen a lot of guys saying on comments, this is the type of girl that you have to take to a pool party on your first date.
Yeah.
Just to see what they look like, right? So I think if you polled men in general, they're not going to say, my preference is a heavily make-up face or a heavily altered look.
Right.
I don't think that anybody is going to say that. And actually, last night we were watching Jeremy Piven, and he made a comment, and I feel like I sort of missed part of the conversation, but he made a comment about, have you seen how so many women are looking like different strains of the Kardashians
of the same thing,
right?
Yeah, they're he goes, do I know you or do I know your plastic surgeon?
Right. Oh my God, that was.
I was like, wow.
And you're in Miami, so
Yeah.
there was a little bit of
You
silence
know
in
you
that.
know that there were people in the
There were
audience. Yeah.
people who definitely related to that. And on a side note, I feel like I'm gonna go off to something right now. We had a comment this week from a viewer who suggested that we play a game as a couple.
Right.
And the game that we have come up with that we're going to put out there. Not
You can actually go to
Is it going to be this
it'll
week
be
that
it'll be together with
Oh,
this.
okay.
So
Okay.
you can go to Instagram and I don't know, screenshot it maybe and download it or print it or do it on your phone and mark it.
Maybe.
I will try and figure out from this moment till when we
Post it to see if there's
to
some
see
sort
if
of an
there's a way that we can
upload.
like do an upload so you can just
But
download
people could also comment because what we're going to do is podcast bingo, right? And the reason I'm bringing this up right now.
I'll pop it up on the screen here so you can see it.
Okay. The reason we're doing this right now is because
Hold on. I'm going to pop it up on the screen right here.
I love when they do that and it's completely off. Have you seen that?
Well, it's not going to be off because I'm going to make sure it's not off.
But then who does that? There are commercials where people are like, and you should be seeing it right here, and it's like down here.
I know.
Or like, did you not go look at your video
right here, and it's like up on the top?
But the reason I did that I brought this up is because we've spent the last couple days trying to come up with little things that you can follow along, and you just did one of the things that I put on our list.
I just didn't know.
You just did. That's why it
one?
reminded me how like you checking yourself out on the camera.
Oh.
You looking at the camera.
Well, there
and
you go.
not yeah.
There you go. You got one little mark.
Right. But we're not going to use it for today.
Well,
right?
You can.
Wouldn't it be for the next episode? Because they're not going to know about it until the end.
We're only 7 minutes in. You can start.
I guess. I'm interested to see if it's possible that someone didn't get all of it in one shot because I feel like we made it a little easy.
Well, it's our first card, so we'll try. And if you did the bingo, comment at the bottom and tell us how many squares you got, and if you got an actual bingo, because that would be fun.
Wait a minute, should we do it like they do on the cruise, where it's not just your standard? Diagonal.
Let's keep it simple.
The first one is just the diagonal one.
We'll keep it simple.
So, because we've been thinking about this so much, last night I had a dream that I was in a room full of ladies. I only saw ladies there. And I told them we're doing podcast bingo. Okay. And I have printed papers for everybody. All right. I'm going to hand them out. And whoever gets bingo first, we're giving $5 to.
Okay. Wonderful.
That was my dream. So I thought, you know what? If this takes off and it becomes a good thing,
well, hold on.
We could do a giveaway.
Okay. So I thought about this.
Okay.
But it's got to be a thing. We've got to there's got to be enough support in the comments for us to know that it's happening.
Obviously.
Right? I think another fun way to do it is if you're watching it and you see something that's on the podcast bingo, comment and say, Peter looked at the camera, or what was the other one?
And timestamp it.
And timestamp it.
Because you can put like 2103.
Yeah, and have it be in there. And we can actually see who's the first one to get a bingo.
Right.
By the timestamps.
Right.
And maybe sometime in the future we can do something because this is something that's been requested.
Yeah. Are we going
with the shirts?
No, oh my gosh. I can't believe that that's being requested already. I feel too soon.
I know. The thing is,
it's too new.
I know it's too new, but we got to think in the future.
I guess.
But I'm saying, like, we've had some requests for certain sayings to be on the shirts, and I thought it would be pretty funny. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we print up some shirts and then we do like a little giveaway, something like that with the podcast bingo. I thought it was this viewer. I thought it was a
It
great
was a
great
superb
idea.
idea. And not only
And
that,
we'll come
not
up with
only
some
was
other
it a
stuff too.
superb idea, right? I wish I knew who this person was so we
Well,
could
we can
shout
say, hold
out
on.
to see. There's another one. How many times do you
This
pick up
isn't
your
Google.
phone?
This isn't
You
Google.
are looking for information though. So
Wait, this isn't Google though. All right.
but not only was it such a great idea, but it was I also very much appreciate the fact that they're thinking about, hey, you know what would be fun? This.
Yeah. So
They're enjoying our podcast and they're thinking about, I would like to see this. I don't know. To me,
yeah. So
I
if,
appreciate
if you
that
go
so much.
if you go to our video and we interact often. His name is on his handle is Paul Oliver 1694. So, you know,
Thank you, Paul Oliver,
yeah, he's right
for
on
this
there.
awesome
So,
idea.
great idea, and
We are
I think
definitely
it'll
implementing.
definitely be fun.
So not the merch part, but I thought what you were gonna say is a live episode.
Well,
I
the live
would
episode is
love,
gonna
love,
happen.
love. It's a live stream. That's what it would
Yeah.
be. So whoever
Well,
is available would be
yeah.
tuning in. But
I think that's a little bit further down the line.
100%.
While we kind
how
of
many subscribers do we have right now?
20 something.
20 something. So I'm thinking when we hit 50 subscribers, that's when we're going to do our first live episode
Okay.
in celebration of the 50 subscribers, which is, if we got to 20, we can get to 40, we can get to 50.
Got it.
So whenever that is,
Then we'll do a live episode. It'll be on a Sunday, and we would plan it.
yeah,
And have it ready to go.
people would know when it's happening, and then there can be interaction with comments, with games. We'll make it super, super fun, while still chatting about our regular stuff.
Yes. Hold on.
But
I know you said you had notes last week or the week before.
do you have notes?
I have one thing that I need to talk about. It needs to come off my chest.
Hmm.
And I have to talk about it because
right.
I have to. Breakfast. So,
Where to start?
where to start? So, we went yesterday to a restaurant that
Named Macondas.
named Maconda.
And they
That-
don't only have one location.
No, they have several locations.
So many people could know that if you're local.
And we loved going there. We went there for breakfast quite a bit for a long time.
I think it was our
Yeah, bingo.
bingo. It was our destination.
Yeah,
for
it was
breakfast
one
for
of
a
our
long
one of
time.
our breakfast places, and we decided that we were gonna go. We hadn't gone in a while. It just hadn't been in our. We just haven't been up there during that time. Whatever, it didn't matter. But we decided to go. It's been like 6 months
Since the last time we went?
since the last time we went.
Oh, Lordy. I would say way more.
Way more.
I feel like we didn't go at all last year.
No. Anyways,
We did go to a different location.
we went to a different one. Yeah.
Yeah.
But so we went after not going for a long time, and we ordered our normal breakfast. We know it's a little bit on the pricier side.
They've always been pricey.
They've always been pricey, but the breakfast has been good. It's a nice place. Their coffee, delicious. They've got baristas, so they do the drawing stuff in your foam, and it's a nice place to go sit down. They're very, very busy. The food's very, very fresh. I could not believe
what we were served.
we were served yesterday. It was the saddest meal. Like
I want to say, if I got an egg,
yes.
I can understand that. That was nowhere near 2 eggs.
No, it was
was
nowhere
like
near
a
2
sprinkle
eggs.
of eggs.
It was like 3 pieces of feta, it was 1 grape
Not pieces.
crumbles. It was
Okay.
1 grape tomato cut in half. It was the smallest slice of the smallest avocado I've ever seen.
Thinnest slice of avocado.
Okay. They gave us the spinach like they normally do. It was a good amount of spinach.
Hefty amount of spinach.
Right?
Disproportionate amount.
Disproportionate. It was a salad, what we had. Okay? And I looked at this
And
thing.
I asked for no bread.
Right.
So normally they'll serve like a
like on a
little
baguette or
on
something,
right.
right? And I looked at this thing and
Can we say how much we paid per person?
God, really?
Yeah, $16 per person
It was ridiculous.
plus the coffee.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
$47 what we paid for breakfast.
for breakfast.
Okay, which was much more expensive than what it's been in the past. But we were there. We ordered
Dang
it.
it, we should have taken a picture.
We should have taken a picture.
We should have taken a
I
picture.
think we were so
I was
flabbergasted.
so it's funny because I feel that we ate our breakfast in silence.
Well, I'll put a picture of the redemption breakfast because that's where I'm going.
I know, but it would have been nice to see like before. I know where you're going, but I'm saying a before and after. But I'm saying we sat there in silence, a lot.
Yeah,
Like in our thoughts, not because anything was wrong. We were just in our thoughts.
I think we were both caught off guard by what we had. It was so bad that I got up and went over and spoke to the manager or the owner. I think it's the owner. And I told her, "Can I get some feta because we ordered Fabio's favorite, which is the breakfast." And I'm like, "There's like no feta on there." And she brings us a little cup. She's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." She had to have come to our table and seen what we were served. Like, that's embarrassing.
For that price.
For that price.
I mean, granted that the cost of things have gone up, I feel that what they charged us for was the eggs. Because the price of eggs has gone through the roof.
Because I told you after we had finished eating, I couldn't hold it, and I said to you, "This was horrible. I could not believe it."
That's where I was going.
I can make this breakfast for a quarter of the price of what we paid for today and have a better breakfast.
And I think everyone can agree that eating at home is cheaper than going
100%.
out.
But
the way that you brought it up to me was, I know it's nice to go out and to do all of this stuff, but, and the moment you said but, I said it hurts.
yeah.
And we were on the same, like we were in our thoughts
It was
silently in the same thing, because all I could think about was, I cannot believe that this is $16. And it's not at all that we couldn't afford the $16. But there's a difference. Like, to me, it's not about what you can afford, okay? It's about, can I justify paying that amount, right? Because can I afford a $50 pair of sandals? Sure. If it's like Temu sandals that you're getting, I just don't, just because it says Nike on it, I can't see myself dishing out $50 for that.
Of course.
The $50 better go to some like ergonomic memory foam.
I better be floating.
20-year warranty.
I better be floating on air.
That's what, like, if I'm going to invest my money into something, it has to be, I justify it.
Yeah.
And that to me was a $7 breakfast. And even then, that's high, but that's what it was worth.
That's what it was. We should have been able to leave there spending max $25.
On the contrary.
We go to Mario's.
On the contrary. Exactly.
Right?
Okay. And what do you get served?
This is a Cuban restaurant.
You get served three scrambled eggs. Okay. You get served 3 scrambled eggs. Sausage.
Bacon or sausage.
Okay. And a lot of sausage.
Yeah.
Or a lot of bacon. House potatoes. Toast.
And
a coffee.
And we both sit down and eat. And
for
it's
like $24.
Yeah.
Something from, look, it was right there.
Yep. And we always leave a good tip. And it's like, you leave
and
it
it's
there
a
for like
lot of
$30,
food. It's a lot of food.
Ridiculous.
Like, you can share the food with someone else.
Anyways, so today I was like, or yesterday I said to you, I'm making breakfast tomorrow morning.
You were replicating
I'm
it,
like,
you said.
I am doing Maconda's tomorrow morning. And this morning, what did I tell you in the kitchen? I was like, "Hi, welcome to Maconda's. Fabio's favorite, coming right up."
And we have like this little, what is it? Like a little island?
Like a little island.
No, it's not an island.
It's like a
peninsula.
A peninsula. We have a peninsula.
So you can be on the other side of it and you can serve me. And
I made, which I'll put the picture up so you can see it.
See, that was a breakfast. And if they're going to charge.
Did I just drink water with my pinky up?
Did you?
I literally caught
Okay.
myself.
But do you do that normally? And we just have never seen that.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to be paying attention to that now. That's interesting.
I caught myself and I was like, sorry. The finer things in life.
Water.
Great value water.
This is what
The
this guy.
water you drink with your pinky up.
Listen, this is what this guy was talking about yesterday as well.
What?
About ending up with a Fiji water bottle.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody goes and buys that for themselves. You just buy the.
No, you just end up with it and you're like, whoa, I got
Yeah,
myself.
but normally you're like, I'm not spending money on that. I'm spending on
Yeah.
that, which is bad. But what are we going to do?
So, anyways, I made a breakfast this morning that when we finished eating it, I was like, this was incredible. And I did the math on it, and it was probably $10 worth of material,
Ingredients.
ingredients.
And if
And
they're
we-
charging $16 for that, then you're talking about that's a $20 breakfast, which is outrageous. Outrageous. We were just talking about food trucks. See, for me, I feel like I've always wanted to go because we watch the Great Food Truck Race, and it's a competition, right? So anybody who likes cooking shows or anything, they can watch the Great Food Truck Race. But I've always wanted to go to an event where there's a ton of food trucks and you sort of go and just try a little bit of everything, right? You just told me that there is
Oh,
a food truck that is selling you a cup
yes.
of
I
a
could
bowl of
not
stuff.
believe it.
Bowl, I'm assuming rice and meat.
No,
and
so it's mofongo at the bottom. It's like a mofongo bowl. And then it has like the chicken. I think it was pork what it had. But it had like pork. It had, the little bowl. Okay, so like the way that I explained it to you was like if you go to an ice cream place, the big bowl, the biggest one that they have, which I think is 3 scoops, is what they usually put in there. That is what they were selling, and I could not believe the price. $22 for this little thing. I don't know. We've been doing a lot of cooking at home. Like that's something that we have been doing here recently, a lot more than normal.
Well, and normal was a lot of cooking at home, always.
Yes.
And then it just became easy to just pick up for, I would say, a majority of the time rather than cooking at home.
Right.
So I feel like we're returning to our roots is what we're doing.
Of course.
Because we've always been the cook at home type.
Right. And on the weekends, we always cooked at home and that kind of stuff because we had more time to do it. But now we're making it a point to cook at home. And a lot of it has been because we're on a little bit of a health binge, because we have been getting a lot of information about different places, and we have decided that we are going to stop killing ourselves with all the garbage that is in the food, you know?
So there's like the scan app. I'm going to share that. There's this scan app called Yuka, but spelled Yuka. And pretty much it has, like, this is, well, I can't really show it on the
No.
thing, but it has a scanner for you to scan the barcode off of food and cosmetics, creams, anything like
Anything that's consumer.
right. So anything that would go in your skin or be ingested, right? Or your hair, shampoos and stuff like that. It's a free app. I think there's a paid version of it, but you don't need to pay. Just use the free app. You start scanning your seasonings because everybody's like, it's just a seasoning. And then it tells you on a score of 1 to 100 where it lands on the scale, right? Obviously 100. It gives you a green. It means it's
Go
good.
for it.
It's good.
Run
There's
with it.
nothing, there's no additives because that's what it's looking for. It's additives. And see, that's me telling you 2. That's the second time.
To what?
Looking at yourself in the camera.
There's 3, 4,
Wow.
5,
Bomb, bomb, bomb,
6.
bomb, 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 bomb. That's exactly what you just did right now.
Okay, go.
If someone did not get that, man, we are just full of movie references, which is a conversation for later. But anyway, when it does give you a red, right, and it's poor, you can expand this thing on what is it that it found that are additives, and then you can click on each one and it tells you all of the information you need to know about that specific additive. And this is public information about that additive, letting you know it's a human carcinogen. Everything that we're reading is a hormone disruptor, carcinogen,
Well, here,
or
let's take something that everyone thinks is good.
all right.
Fluoride. Fluoride is automatically in our water. It's this whole thing with the American Dental Association.
Right, because it helps.
Blah, blah, blah. Helps with cavities. It's in all our toothpaste, all this kind of stuff. Research what fluoride was used for at the beginning. Fluoride is a neurotoxin that was used in war as chemical warfare. They were putting it in the drinking water of the enemy so that they would become docile for when they went to go attack them. And here we are putting it in our mouth
3 times a day if you follow the dentist instruction. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's insane. Like, I feel that over the last month, I would say, like, right? We know that there's bad things that we're consuming, and there's bad things in the creams and the makeup and all that stuff because people talk about
Obviously.
it. The information's out
Obviously.
there, right? But it's a lot of information, and it's very overwhelming to when you start digging, and there's just so much. And a lot of people find themselves like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do, right? Because you pretty much are telling me I have to throw everything out.
Right.
And everything is bad for you. And we're not talking about health wise, you're eating chips, and that's bad for you, right? You're eating fried stuff and it's bad for you. No.
We're talking about
what's
toxins
in these things, right? Yeah. So we're seeing so much in the news about the rising cancer rates, people with infertility, people with hormone issues, and it's everyone's asking, well, where's the hereditary thing? I don't have anything in my family about it, right? And I think we've mentioned this before, but in the last year, 2 of my sisters were diagnosed with breast cancer, and that is not in our family at all. And that was very shocking. And where did it come from? Well, in the last month, when you start looking, you realize we have been getting poisoned from the moment we're in the womb. And I'll tell you why. Because one of the number one things that every doctor will tell their pregnant patient to take, prenatal vitamins.
Yep.
And what is the number one ingredient in prenatal vitamins that they want you to take? Folic acid. And folic acid by itself does not occur anywhere naturally in nature at all.
Right.
So
folic acid is man-made.
So how can our body need something that is not even found on Earth? How? And so you're pumping this into your body, into your baby, and from the moment you're in the womb, it already started. And then you start adding all of the food, even your best foods, because just because it says organic, oh boy, have we been finding out.
Well, hold on. Here, just to
it doesn't mean anything.
This is something else that we looked at. So we were looking at like what we're using for like oils to cook in our food, and we're like, well, we had stopped using canola oil. We went
or
to
vegetable oil.
We went to grapeseed oil
and olive oil.
Olive oil, and that's what we've been using. Come to find out, grapeseed oil is highly processed. It's the same thing as using a canola oil, So now we're using coconut oil, extra virgin olive oil, which you're not supposed to heat up.
And a lot of people don't know that.
Right? The coconut oil is supposed to stay refrigerated, which a lot of people don't know that. You're supposed to use ghee, which is clarified butter, and you're supposed to use beef tallow, grass-fed beef tallow, right? That's what you're supposed to use if you need, some sort of a grease or something that's a little bit heavier for whatever you're cooking. And so you start going down this rabbit trail. And in that rabbit trail, I came across an article which I showed you. I actually showed you this morning
Yeah.
about Buffalo Wild Wings. And Buffalo Wild Wings uses beef tallow. They advertise the fact that they use beef
They
tallow
fry their chicken
to
wings
fry
in
their
that.
chicken in. And you're thinking, wow, there's an option. Like if we want to go out and have some chicken wings, maybe we can go there, and at least it's in beef tallow. Do a little bit of research, right? The tallow is processed.
It has an
It's
additive
it
in
has
it.
an additive which is extremely toxic, because that's something that they want to keep using so that it doesn't go, that the oil doesn't go bad. So yeah, they're selling you, we're using this. Um, oh, it's because
I'm sorry, I
it's the one over
forgot
here.
to. Yeah.
Um, you're using this beef tallow, but that tallow is problematic because
Right, because
of
just because
everything
it
that you add
says
to
it's
it.
beef tallow doesn't mean anything. So just with you starting off with the scanning, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have gone from Blistex lip balm, right, which is the little blue one. It is amazing. I would highly recommend that to anybody, because if your lips are even remotely dry, or you have a sunburn, or sometimes when you're sick, your lips, amazing. You use it once, twice, and your lips are back to normal again. Super, super bad with all the additives it has. You look at your toothpaste, super bad.
Yeah.
You start looking at your shampoos and your creams and all this stuff, and you're starting to realize, not only am I ingesting the toxins, I'm putting the toxins through my skin. And that's one of the avenues in which they apply medicine, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you put a lidocaine patch on someone, they're not ingesting that. The skin is
Right, it
absorbing it,
goes into your bloodstream. It
and you
goes, yeah.
feel relief, right? So the creams that we're using is the same thing,
Yep.
right? And so you start looking at the food and the seasonings and all of that stuff, and you start eliminating and replacing. And one thing that we have found is it is very expensive to go with all the
Yeah.
stuff that is good for you, that comes out as everything is actually natural,
Well,
you
they
know?
make it cheap so that that's where people go.
And that's sad. Like, I feel like the people have been exploited, right? The financial status of people, right? If you can't, if you're poor, let's say, if you're in the lower class and you cannot afford the good stuff, that's okay. We're still going to make food that's good for you, right? But here you go.
Yeah.
These are your choices, right? And
And the advertising is the craziest.
so I heard one guy say, if the FDA tells you it's safe for you to eat it,
Don't eat it.
do not eat it. That's insane to me. They
Well,
said all of
yeah,
these foods that are marked with the approved by the Heart Association and all that stuff. It's like, yeah, maybe this one little thing, but then look at all the additives that are there with it. And
Well,
it's
they
just,
also talked about the food pyramid. The food pyramid is a joke.
I mean, there's just so much information, and that's not what we're supposed to
Yes.
make this episode about, right? But all to say that it has been extremely eye-opening to see all of these things. Another thing that's in the news a lot lately is the forever chemicals that are in the water, they're in plastic, they're in all of these things. So I think it's easier to just say, we're all going to die of something, so whatever, right? It's easier to do that. But for the person who is curious and who wants to make certain changes, right?
It'll make
I
it's
feel
scary.
that with the changes we have made in the last 2 months, right? Because it's taken that long to get there. We feel so
Yeah.
different.
We feel
We
different
feel different.
physically. Like
Like,
not mentally, not okay. It's a physical
I'm going to share
change.
3 things that have happened with me personally, okay? That I am not doing anything different except we changed the supplements we're taking and the food that we're eating and eliminating these things with additives as we find them, okay? One, I was suffering from dry skin in my face, okay? Flaky, like dryness, right? And it was usually like around, while other women are like oily on their T-zone, I was dry in that, right? And I had to put on all of these creams to keep moisture, to do all this stuff. They tell you hydrate yourself and all that. I did all of it, right? And nothing. It just, you know what the doctor told me when I brought this up to them? It's just your age. Your skin changes as you start getting older and all that stuff. In the last 2 months, my dryness is entirely gone.
Is that why you look so beautiful?
So glowy.
So beautiful?
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Folks.
Okay.
Listen, stop distracting me.
I'm distracting you because I'm giving you compliments.
Listen.
Would you rather not get compliments?
Stop. Don't be that way. I'm trying to think. You're throwing. See, I'm stalling for time. I'm stalling
What are you stalling for?
because I'm trying to remember where I was. Okay.
T-zone.
T-zone, not dry.
Not dry.
Amazing.
Doctors said
That's
you
it.
are old.
Right?
Got it.
There you go. Right? The other thing is hair loss. I think that every woman suffers with you're washing your hair and there's like a bunch of hair that you're losing.
And the hair spiders?
What?
The hair spiders.
What are you talking about?
I have not seen hair spiders.
What the is that?
A hair spider? When you take your hair and you put it on the wall in the bathroom and you make little spiders with them for me to find them and clean them, those are hair spiders.
Have you found that actually?
I find them, yes. And it's been a long time. In the last couple months, I haven't found any.
Are you? Wow.
They're hair spiders.
That's wow. I see, like there's moments where I'm speechless about stuff.
Tell me out there.
There's moments where I'm just
Tell me
like, you
out
could
there.
just catch me off guard.
Tell me out there
Yeah.
of a man that does not find hair spiders in their bathroom.
Maybe that's true. So that one, yeah. Wow. See, like you threw me off entirely. Just okay. And now I've forgotten 3. I have forgotten 3. But have you noticed anything specifically?
What's 3?
No, I have forgotten.
Well, obviously, it hasn't helped your memory.
You know?
For me, my biggest thing is my acid reflux is gone. Gone.
That's huge.
Gone. Along with that, I'm going to put that together because I think it works together. I would wake up and I would have like a metallic taste in my mouth. And I do not have that happen to me anymore. I know that had a little bit to do with the fact that I had
Oh, I remembered. Sorry. Go ahead.
the what's the thing I'm taking? The thing for the blood pressure.
High blood pressure?
Yes. The diuretic that's put together with that gives you, it's supposed to contribute to that, but because of the changes that we've done, it's completely gone. And I tell you this right now, in 6 months, I will be off of that medicine.
Mark your words.
I know 100% because we're seeing the improvements. The other thing that I'm seeing just by taking all that other extra stuff off, and I know that we've added some supplements because we've done some good research, my joints and bones do not feel the same way. I wake up in the morning and I feel much, much better.
But it's because of the supplements that we have been taking. Have we mentioned Gary Brecka on here already?
I don't know.
Because
I don't think so.
if people are not like, what we're talking about today,
BRECKA?
yes, what we're talking about today is not going to be for everybody. Not everybody's interested in the changes and in, eating cleaner, actually clean, and
Yeah.
supplements and all of that stuff. But if you are, you have to check out.
Joe Rogan's
Get,
interview with him.
and I suggest that one because it's the most condensed version of all of the
Well,
information that he has to give.
if you listen to that
Okay.
one and you are interested, just search him and look at his
He
stuff.
has a podcast
Yeah.
that's
And the thing,
called The Ultimate
the
Human.
ultimate human, yeah. So
Okay.
the cool thing about him is he's not a doctor.
Right.
He's a human biologist. So he understands how the human body works.
And he knows everything about
Yeah.
it, everything for everything. And so, one of the things that he had talked about was that a lot of people are stuck in this cycle of high blood pressure or high cholesterol, whatever, and all this stuff because you were told it's in your genetics. You are never going to escape it. And didn't I just recently tell you that my own doctor had told me because I had done so many things to get my blood pressure good and it came to a good spot, right? And then it would just have like these spikes where it would fluctuate. And he said, I don't feel comfortable with you just having like these times where it's good and then it's not good. We need to get you like steady,
Steady.
right? And
Yeah.
stable and keep it all lined up like that. So he got me on medication and he said, don't feel bad because you made good changes. You made a good effort, but you can't escape the fact that it's in your genetics. And Brecca has come to say, in fact, right, that isn't how it works. Just because it's in your genes doesn't mean that it cannot be overcome.
Right.
And it changes everything entirely, I feel, because there's been almost this, well, I'm just predisposed to it. And yeah, maybe you're predisposed to starting something earlier, but it doesn't mean that there isn't a change.
A change that you can
that
make.
will, right, so
Yeah, and like you can look back, you can look into your family. And the perfect example is something you just mentioned. If you have, what's one of the questions they always ask you? Do you have anyone in your family that has breast cancer or this cancer or high blood pressure or high blood sugar or all this kind of stuff? And that's how they begin your diagnosis because they say, oh, it's in the family. But I come to think about it. Look at my side of the family. High blood pressure, blood sugar problems, diabetic. There's just this whole
even blood
yeah,
clots.
blood clots. Like there's this whole thing that runs in my family. Like, am I going to live my life because the diagnosis on the other side says that I have to go a certain way? And I think that's one of the biggest things that has been an encouraging thing for me, and I think for you too, is, we want to break that DNA line. And actually, so you could see here, I got the little DNA guy from Jurassic Park. And the reason I got that, there's several reasons, but one of them is because I want to break the DNA strand. I want to start a brand new strand for me going forward. You know, that's how invested I am in it. And I'm 43 years old, and I've only been on the blood pressure medicine for a year and a half.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
I've never taken anything, and all of a sudden now I got to start taking pills. And I know I'm getting up in my age, and I'm getting a little bit older, and all that kind of stuff is all part of it, right? But is it really part of it, or is it just the way that things are? And I don't.
Well, and if you don't change the status quo with what you're eating and with what you're putting into yourself, right? Then we're just accelerating these things that we're predisposed to, right?
Yeah.
So the third thing for me, I don't know, did you get through your three? Or you weren't going to share three?
No, I don't have. I don't think I have a third one that I
Okay.
can actually
But
pinpoint.
but for me, the third one has been my headaches. And I have suffered from headaches since I was 15 years old. All right. And my headaches are
I meant to ask
gone.
you, now that you said this, have you been doing the Celtic salt?
Yeah.
Do you feel it significantly reduced in your headaches since you started doing the
No.
Celtic salt?
I don't have headaches.
Since you started
No, since, yeah, for like the last 2 months,
yeah,
I feel. There's been no, well,
there
has
was
it been 2 months? No, it hasn't been 2 months yet. It's
there
been
was
a
a
month
time
and a
there
half.
where every single day you were like, man, I got a headache
Every
at
single
noon,
day.
every single day.
And I told you I felt it was hormonal because there was like I would go through a week where it was just every single day. And I'm talking about headaches that were so bad that I had to double up on medication, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I felt like I was regressing into when my headaches were very, very bad. And it's like, what is the change here? All of a sudden, with the supplements, with the change of food and all that stuff, there have been no headaches. I was telling this to one of my coworkers because she knows, right? And I have, for the last 2 days, woken up in the middle of the night with my head hurting. But immediately when I woke up, I knew it wasn't my typical headache,
Right, it wasn't a
right?
headache.
It was pain in my head, but not a headache, right? And because with a headache, you've got pounding, you've got all, and this was not like that, but it was, I felt it like on the side of my head. And I traced it back to my shoulder. I already have pain in my shoulder. Hopefully, that's another thing that's been hurting me less. But I sleep on the shoulder. So obviously, I am aggravating the fact that I already have issues with that. I've done, imaging. You've done imaging that shows that there is degeneration of the vertebrae in the spine in different areas, right? So that stuff that's already in progress. What we're trying to do now is
Put a
maybe
stopper.
reverse or put a stopper on it, right? So just with some massage and with all that stuff, guess what? The pain goes away. When this gets loosened up, the pain goes away. So I haven't had a headache, even though it had felt like I had a headache the last 2 days. But to me, that's huge because a headache and gastric issues are the two things that will knock you down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like you cannot go through your life and live it fully if you have a migraine.
Of
And
course
when
not.
I talk about headaches, I mean migraines. This is what I was suffering from, okay? And the same thing with, people who have IBS or, have any type of gastric issue because you just can't enjoy yourself. There's too much pain and discomfort. So in learning about all of this, we've learned about the connection between the gut and the head. And it has been so eye-opening, I feel, for me to see all of these little things and start tracing all of this stuff back and seeing, okay, so it feels like the entire world is against us with what they're trying to feed us and push on us and, just do this. But we can get ourselves out slowly,
Yeah.
slowly get rid of stuff and find the alternative. That's the other thing that the app does that I think is phenomenal. They don't only tell you this is bad for you, it gives you a list of
Right,
alternatives
this is what
that
you can do to.
right.
This is what you can use.
Yeah, you can buy this one instead, and this is good. Now, funny enough, right? You get the lip balm that it suggests for you, and it does not work at all like the Blistex blue little bottle, right? But it's not supposed to work that way. When you start seeing that they are using petroleum from fuel, that's what you're putting on your lips. Would you go and like dip your finger into petroleum and put it in your mouth? You know what I'm saying? Like those are those things that, of course, certain things are functioning a certain way. It's the same thing with Coca-Cola. Don't they use that to remove rust?
Well, I use it all the time on the battery terminals of my truck.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but it works.
But what does
All
it
you
do?
Oh, it cleans them, leaves them brand spanking new, and I don't have to scrub. It's just pour it, and it just all goes away.
Like, what is it doing stripping inside of your body?
Who knows? It's so good though.
It is so good. And that's the thing. It's so, like everything that's bad for you is not
Of
going to taste
course.
bad.
Of course.
People don't want to have the veggies because they don't like the taste of it, you know? So it has just been a learning season for us. And for me, it's just, I see patients all day long. And I see patients that are so just wrecked, you know, because they can't walk.
What did we
They've had
say?
multiple surgeries and all this stuff.
We want to get to 80 and be spry and be able to
Like spring
enjoy.
chickens,
Be able to enjoy.
Exactly. And
Listen,
I see those people
we're
as
not gonna
well.
go run a marathon, but we do want to be able to walk
And
to our car
and only
drive somewhere
not
and enjoy it.
and only not run a marathon because, well, anyway, I don't enjoy running.
Yeah.
So, but can you run a marathon at 80? I'm sure that you
There are
can.
people that do it.
I'm sure that you can.
People that do it.
So for
yeah,
whoever
so
is
all that-
interested,
all
if
that to
there's
say-
any other information that you're interested in, I would say leave us a comment. We can share what we know. Like, you know, just if you start from there. To me, I think that there's two responses that you can get aside from the third one. It's like, I'm not interested, right? You're either going to get I need to go research all of this right away for myself, right? Or, oh, can you sort of, you know, research this for me? I feel that kind of response where it's like, well, if you get me the information, then I can see what my options are, right? You're not really invested into the change, right? You're curious, but it doesn't really move you. And the bottom line is that I think you and I both know that unless you are committed to the change yourself because of your own reason that you're doing it, it isn't going to be a successful thing. Because until you decide, I'm going to change the way that I'm eating and I'm going to get healthy, a doctor can tell you you're going to die and you're killing yourself and you don't care. You don't care because it just doesn't move you. You have to move yourself. The information is out there. And I just think I love the fact that, like, my mom, like, when you look at it, right, she's in her 60s. And I know that she did her best with what she had then. And we didn't have access to information the way that we do now, right? And I know that she wishes she could have given us all of that. Just clean stuff. Like, she cleaned out her pantry entirely. She threw out creams and
how much
shampoos.
Stuff have we thrown out? And how much do we still have to throw out?
Exactly.
Because we haven't.
Exactly. Okay. But I tell her, look at how you're able to do that for your grandkids. Because the grandkids are all little, right? So the fact that she can make them cookies, right? And know this is all clean. All of the ingredients were good for you.
Yep.
I don't know, but if that would satisfy me as a mom, I think as a grandma, it's just amazing that you can do that, right? So I hope that the children are the ones who are going to benefit. Not only that, but with who we have coming in right now to oversee the food and everything.
There's gonna be a big change.
I'm
hopefully,
so
I know at least for us, we'll be able to do that for us.
And maybe it'll just make it easier, maybe even more affordable for people if you get rid of it. I think if now you just leave all the companies with you have to sell clean things in order to stay competitive, you've got to bring your prices down.
Yep.
So hopefully everybody gets to reap the benefits of it.
So all that to say that I made a much better breakfast than Makanda.
Is that what it was?
That's what started this whole thing. We went the long way around.
Dang. Sorry. That's how we do it.
That's okay. But that was a good breakfast, though.
It was a good breakfast.
It was so satisfying. So I want to introduce another little game.
All right.
And I wasn't going to, but I decided that because we're talking about food stuff, that I came up with one. So it's a Would You Rather, which was another suggestion by Paul. He said, no, this is another game that you could play. So it's a would you rather.
Wow, I play that game like on
You
regular.
play it all the time, but I've got one this
Oh,
time.
okay.
Okay. And you do. Okay. So a little
I don't think
backstory.
I've done Would You Rather on the chat though.
Never. So I'm going to
I
be the
just
one.
do that
I'm
normally.
going to do it. Yeah, you do it normally. So you send a would you rather all the time on the family chat. So I have a would you rather, and everyone can play along. They can write in the comments what they would rather have, and it's gonna be a food.
I think you can set up a poll, by the way.
Can you
I don't know.
I
On
can do-
YouTube,
I
I
can-
know you can do a poll.
on YouTube? I'm not sure. I'll look and see.
I know on Instagram for sure.
On Instagram you can. Yeah. All right. So ready? So the world has gone to complete shambles, and there's only two things that you can eat for the rest of your life.
Two things.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you're not allowed to pick anything off. You have to eat it as is.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right. Would you rather, for the rest of your life, have to eat pizza with a layer of sardines, or
Are you saying a sardine pizza, or is there other things on it and a layer of sardines?
so it's sauce, cheese, and sardines.
That's it. Okay, it's a
That's
sardine pizza.
It's a sardine pizza.
All right.
Okay. Would you rather eat a sardine pizza, or would you rather eat chicken with a cottage cheese type sauce?
But you said two things.
Why?
You said you could eat two things. So what two things?
Those are
and
the two things. Those are your choices.
Oh, okay. So you can only eat one thing for the rest. You said you can eat two things for the rest of your life
No, there's only two things that are available.
to choose from.
Yes.
Okay, I
And you
think
have
there
to
was a
choose-
misunderstanding
okay, sorry.
there.
There
So
are
what
two-
would you choose?
No, that's not how this works.
Why? I'm going to
I-
give you my choice.
I know, but I asked a question. So, cheese with a chicken with a cottage cheese like sauce thing that goes over top of it, or sardine pizza.
Sardine pizza.
You would eat a sardine pizza? Why?
Because I don't like cottage cheese.
You like sardines?
I grew up eating sardines. I'm sure I could find my
When
way
did
to
you
like
eat
it.
sardines?
We were poor. We would eat sardines all the time with tortillas
That's
and
not a
with
fair would you rather then.
but is it my fault that I got lucky on your would you rather? Your would you rather was just a little bit weak. I'm not going to lie. A lot of people like cottage cheese. A lot of people.
I was trying to pick something that you wouldn't like.
And you went with fish?
No, I went with sardines.
Which are fish in a red sauce. Did you? I don't think you thought about that. You know,
I've been
sour
thinking about
cream
it. Hold on.
pizza
Hold on.
versus a cottage cheese chicken. Now you've got me stumped.
Okay, sour cream
No,
pizza.
no. It's too late.
Hold on.
Sorry.
Sour
I
cream
can't
pizza.
play anymore. You only get one chance at would you rather. So
When I did not know that you liked sardines.
I
We've been
mean-
married 25 years.
and your father, not so long ago, just gave me a sardine.
No, that wasn't a sardine.
Yes, it was.
It was an oyster.
No.
It was a canned oyster.
Nope. 'Twas a sardine.
I don't remember.
He likes them. Well, maybe not anymore, but they're very high in
was
salt.
What was it that he did it with?
I think it was just like they eat it like a little snack. But my mom used to buy them in the red sauce. She'd make tortillas and you put them in the middle. That's what you eat it.
Really?
I have wanted to buy sardines since then just to taste them again because it's been so long. I actually don't remember what they taste like. But I did
I'm
grow
so
up eating.
disappointed.
Wow, I'm so sorry. Like I actually feel really bad for you.
It's horrible.
Because would you rather that's the thing. It's the thing you're delivering the punch. So you love both of them.
I could have either
You
of
could.
the two.
So you like sardines as well?
It's not that I like them, but I can eat them.
Okay, but which one would you have?
If I had to choose one permanently, probably the chicken with the cottage cheese.
The chicken with the cottage cheese?
I think so.
That's what you...
I don't know. It's either of the two. Doesn't matter. The point. Hold on. Wait a second. The point isn't me. I was trying to get you.
Honey, that's what happened.
Okay, pizza with sour cream.
No, you can't play again. That's it. You have lost your battle.
¿Por qué?
Bro, that was such a soft lob towards me.
Okay. Whatever.
Thank you, though. That was very merciful.
Whatever.
That was merciful.
In your whole list of stuff, you don't have one?
What?
Oh, would you rather?
Sure. Since we're doing food, right? Would you rather have a scab sandwich
Bro.
or
This is a family
an
show.
earwax corn dog? Bro.
That's gross. I can't even drink my water. It's so gross. It's in my throat.
You have to answer.
It's in my throat. I can taste.
You have to answer.
Don't even repeat it. I don't want to hear it again.
We were not going to repeat it. I know you heard me.
Bro, it'd have to be the earwax corn dog. And I'd have to fry it extra. I'd have to burn that thing, burn it to a crisp.
Oh my God, you poor thing.
Why would you want a scab sandwich? Oh my God, it's so disgusting. Look, I'm itching.
You're itching. Oh my God.
Why?
Oh, just, for texture. It's crunchy.
Texture?
Okay. Let's not discuss anymore. Bro, you're... Okay, so...
Well, I have a strong stomach. But that's a tough one. That's just disgusting.
Oh my God. Okay, I can't
That's
anymore.
just disgusting. What would you do?
Too late. We're out of time. Until next time.
No. Go.
Share us.
No.
Subscribe.
Stop.
Heart
Stop.
this episode.
Stop.
And leave a comment.
No.
What would you rather? And whose would you rather was better?
No. Hold on.
Till next time.
Hold on. The would you rather.
Sayonara.
Listen. The would you rather that was better was definitely yours. I'm not going to go. We're not going to. That's not an argument.
No, we already signed off.
No, we did not sign off. We are still recording, and I will put all of this on there. You are not getting out of this. What is your choice?
I can't. We're out of time.
Choose your.
Remember what you said? This wasn't about me. This was
The
about
question.
you.
No. I answered mine.
So did
Where
I.
are you going? Sit down. No.
The episode is over.
No, it's not.
It is.
Answer your question.
I can't.
Answer it.
No one can answer that question except you.
I've been left alone. Come back. All right. I guess we are done. Like, subscribe. Bro, I'm betrayal. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, tell everybody. I don't even know what to tell you guys. She said all the stuff and left me hanging. Anyways, until next time, bye.